everybody out there in Facebook. This is Beth Freeman from the Kingsport Senior Center. With me today is Lisa Christian with MyRide Tennessee from Kingsport. And we're going to talk a little bit today about the services they provide. And I'm going to let her explain to the folks who don't know about their services what all they offer and who is available, who those are available to.
Okay, well, we are MyRide Tennessee Kingsport, as you said, and we take people who are 60 years and older, who are limited in driving or no longer drive for whatever reason, and if they live in Kingsport, you can have a Kingsport address either in the county or the city. As long as it's Kingsport, we can take you to doctor's appointments, to the grocery store, to pharmacy appointments, and things of that nature, and it's a door-through-door service. So as long as they're ambulatory, as long as they can at least go on a walker or a cane, we can't take wheelchairs right now. But eventually we hope that we'll be able to do that. But right now we are just taking people who are on walkers or canes or can walk independently, and we can give them assistance, and it's volunteers who take them. And our volunteers, of course, ride 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. And it's just a wonderful service. You know, when this first came up and I first started working with MyRide, it was so, it's just been a wonderful experience. We could take everybody everywhere. Like if they wanted to go to their Bible studies, if they wanted to get their hair done, if they just wanted to go visit a friend or go out to eat, we could do all that. But since COVID has come along, we've kind of had to adjust everything. And so now we're doing grocery store, mainly essential rides, which is to the grocery store, to the pharmacy. And we try to do the grocery store and pharmacy ourselves and take it to our clients so they're not out. And then and sometimes we order online, and sometimes the volunteer actually does the shopping for them. And then we also take them to, of course, medical appointments. That takes precedent over everything.
So how many riders do you think you have right now on average?
On average, during like a month time, we'll usually have right around 40. But we've got like almost 100 signed up. We've got like, I think last month we had 97, and I've signed some more up, but then we've had some who are now deceased and things like that. So, you know, things kind of change, but it runs anywhere from 90 to 100 that we have people signed up. We have some people who are signed up who actually have not even ridden with us, but it's like a safety net for them. Like, you know, if their children can't take them to the doctor, or, you know, if it works out like that, or maybe we can take them to the doctor and their children come to the doctor and meet them so they can hear what's going on, but then they have to go back to work, and then we can take them back home and pick up their meds and stuff like that on the way home. Yeah, it really is a wonderful service. And how this came to be was there was a lawsuit where there were some medical facilities who were sued by some senior citizens, and what happened is by the time it was settled, they were overcharging them, and I guess Medicare and things like that. And so what happened is they had to come up with some things that would keep our seniors independent, healthy, mentally, physically, and emotionally. You know, and being alone and being isolated is just really, really hard, and you know, for them. And and they need to get to their doctor's appointments too if they don't have a way. So that was one of the things that they put this money in a trust in Davidson County in the Chancery Court, and they divided it up all over the state. Now in Upper East Tennessee, we have MyRide Johnson County, and one in Jonesboro, and then we have Kingsport, and we're going to be coming soon will be Greenville. But again, COVID kind of hit right around the time that they were opening, so that kind of put them on you know, hold for a while. So, you know, and we have this for 3 years, and then we're pretty sure that, you know, that it'll continue on after the grant finishes up. And how they do that is they divide it with the Area Agency on Aging and Disabilities over in Johnson City.
That's wonderful. So number-wise, it has gone down quite a bit because of COVID, or are you seeing an increase?
No, actually, what went down, you know, in March and April and May, and kind of started coming back around in May and a little bit in June. But in July, we had our busiest month that we've had since we started. And of course, Kingsport's a lot more busy than the other two programs that are in East Tennessee right now, but it's because of the population, you know, and because we are right here in Kingsport, there are a lot of senior citizens, a lot of retired people, and so, you know, the need is a lot more in Kingsport than in some of your other bigger cities, and people enjoy their company. You know, that's the thing about MyRide is the volunteers and our clients, they kind of get a bond a lot of times together and depend on each other. So it's just a really good service.
So speaking of volunteers, I'm sure you need volunteers.
We do. Part of our problem since COVID too is we only have about half of the volunteers right now, because most volunteers are senior citizens, and a lot of them have underlying conditions, or if they don't, they've got a loved one that has, and so they're afraid to be exposed a lot. And I think the reason that our numbers went up so much, especially in July, it's starting to plane back off and it's not as bad, but I think what happened is everybody missed all these doctor's appointments that they really needed to go to. So we ended up we're having to play catch up right now. And then people want to go and get those yearly appointments like at the urologist and things like that while it's warm. They don't want to be out when it's cold. So they're figuring this is a good time. It's not real hot. It's not real cold right now.
Yeah, and it starts cooling off when we get into cold and flu season.
Right. They're
more
trying to get their
problems.
flu shots and things like that as well.
So if somebody wanted to volunteer, they would get in touch with you,
Right,
I imagine.
right.
So
Yes.
what could they expect? I mean, is there some sort of a training?
There is
or-
training, and that's something, I have 4 people right now that have signed up that I have got to get trained. But my problem is I've been having to do a lot of the transports because we just have the limited number of volunteers with the numbers. But they have training, and they need to be at least 21 years of age, and they need to have a good driving record. I mean, everybody, you know, has fender benders from time to time, but a decent driving record and a clean background, criminal background, because I do a real good background on them. Because, you know, again, our senior citizens are very vulnerable in that area as well. So we have to know that they're okay.
And what hour? I think you said what, 8 to 5?
8 to 5. Now the
hours?
office is open 9 to 3, and our phone number is 423-530-6340.
Now, do you guys take any other kind of donations, monetary donations?
Yes, we do take monetary donations and really appreciate it, because we have some people, the service is not free, but it's not expensive either. It's very, very affordable. It's $20 for the year, and then it's $5 for a round trip. But a round trip doesn't have to be just to where they're going and back. It actually can be like to the doctor's office and then to the pharmacy, and then if they need to stop by the store and pick up a few things, it's still just $5, no matter how long it is. There's not or the amount of stops. So it really is affordable, but we do have some people who are on limited budget, and we can always use, you know, a little more for donations, because, you know, there is a lot of upkeep as far as the paperwork and the, you know, supplies and things like that as well.
Very good. Is there anything else, like donation-wise, that you guys would be in need of, or just basically monetary?
Just basically monetary, because it just changes from time to time on what we really need. So, because the volunteers actually use their own vehicle, but they do have a supplement insurance. It's called SEMA, and we use that as well.
And they supply their own gas,
They supply their own gas, but we do have a limited amount of money that we can reimburse them a little. It's not as much as the state funds or anything like that, but we do reimbursement if they need it. And most of them just donate that as well. But if they need to, then we we actually do have reserves for that as well.
Anything else you wanna cover?
Well,
Well,
I
I
think
got
so.
you here.
I think that's pretty much got it, but anybody who's interested in volunteering, the more volunteers we have, the more that we can do for the citizens here in Kingsport.
Well, if I could get you to give your contact information one more time.
Yes, it's Lisa Christian, and I'm the transportation coordinator for MyRide Tennessee Kingsport, and it's 423-530-6340.
Thank you, Lisa. And if you guys have any questions at all, you can always call us here at the Senior Center as well, and we can get you in touch with Lisa. And we really appreciate you being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Good to see
I
you.
love to come here.